Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie and today we are going to make a thingy with tags, so booklet, folio, not sure how we're going to call it. So let's start. On my desk I have my preferred material that I use to make tags, which are masterboards. You can make them with any sort of paper that you like, book pages glued together, thin cardstock, anything. They don't need to be made out of this sort of masterboard. Anyway, this is what I like to use. So I am going to start. I am going to cut this one first. So I'm using the big trimmer from Tim Holtz, and I want to have 3 that are the same size and are not small. So I think I'm going to make, that's going to be huge. I think I'm going to make 4. I'm going to make the front and the back like 4 inches. And I'm going to make them so this is supposed to be a 12 by 12, so if I do a 6, technically we should have 2 pieces that are the same size. So that's one part. Then we can make some tags of different sizes, and I was going to say shapes, not at all, because they need to be tags. So here we are. You are going to be 5.5, and so are you. So I'm going to remove. I normally never measure, just because we're going to make them in some sort of a booklet that I want to do so. So I'm going to take another one, just to have different backgrounds, really. So you, how big am I going to make you? 3.5. Come on, 3.5. Okay. And I'm gonna make them 5. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to make a bunch. Did I say 4.5? No, I said 5.5. Okay, we have a different one. So I'm going to make one more with this paper. Let's make them different sizes, like this. So that's 3 3/4. And I'm going to make them 4.5. This, almost squares. And what am I going to do? I'm going to make one at 3. And I'm going to make them 5.5. And 5.5. And I'm going to make some smaller ones. I'm not measuring these ones. I don't need to. And I have a bit left here. I'm going to make one that is 2.5. Again, not measuring. I'm keeping the small bits because I'm sure we can do something with them. And you are my leftover. And I'm going to make them 5 3/4. So that means that this one is too big. Or is it? Yes, it is. So I'm going to do the same with this one. Here we go. So we have prepared a certain number of masterboard pieces that we can turn into tags. I have another piece of masterboard on my desk should I need it. I have no prototype, and I've never made sort of a mini journal booklet folio thingy. I would like to have a punch because I am lazy. How am I going to do this? What if I did the middle one? Let me see. I might use just the middle punch, just for the front and the back. Okay. And then for these ones, first I'm going to take my scissors and just trim the borders that I don't want. And these ones, I'm going to use the biggest setting. Same with this one, and I'm going to vary, but I will not use the smallest one at all. Okay, so let me do that. I will also ink them. I'm going to use the ground espresso, and I'll come back once I've done all that. So I have inked everything, and the next step for me is to punch holes and place some eyelets. You don't have to put some eyelets if you don't want to. I just like the finished look that it provides. So hopefully I'll be somewhere in the middle. So what I do is I punch my tag, and then I grab some eyelets. Of course, they're not the ones I want. Little eyelets. Okay. Come with me. So you can have eyelets that have color, you can have eyelets that are in silver, bronze, or whatever. So for my covers, I think I'm going to take 2 little flowers like this. And then for the other ones, do I want the similar ones maybe? So I am going to take some other types of bronze. There we go. I should have enough. So, where did I put you? Where did I put my flowers? Over there. So they're a bit bigger. I have managed to make my pencil disappear. What a good idea. There we go. There we go. We have one of them. Now, I have made my masterboards on less light scrapbook papers, and these ones were double-sided. And luckily enough, both my sheets had similar colors. But if you had, if they were not double-sided, just glue some coffee dyed paper. You can also glue coffee dyed paper on here, but I personally would leave them like this. So if on some of them, I would even leave them really blank, not glue anything. Because if you take a gel pen, like a white pen, then you can journal on them. And I think they're quite cute. So yeah, so I'm going to do both my covers. Where are you? Cover. You are my cover? Yes. So I'm going to add my second eyelet. this. There we go. Ta-da! Youpla! Okay. And on the other ones, it's just the same process, but different eyelids. So you don't need to put eyelids. I think I've said it before, but really it's a matter of taste. There you go. So this is how they will look. So I'm going to do the rest of them and I'll come back when they're done. So I have placed all my eyelids. On my smaller tags, I did put some thinner eyelids. That's about all I have done. So let me think, because this is not planned. So front cover, back cover, I'm going to place them like this. And I want to bind my booklet with fabric tape and or washi tape. Okay, so I need to decide what is going to go where, and then I can put them together, and then I can decorate them. So for example, this could be on the bottom, and then this could be on a side. This one could be on a side, like this. And we could have this here on the other side. We could have this here on the other side. This one here. This one here. We could have another one on the bottom. On the bottom, and we are left with these two. And I don't need to put everything, so maybe I'll put this one here on the bottom. Okay, good. I think we have the skeleton of our booklet. So what I'm going to grab now are some fabric tapes. I have a pink one here. I'm gonna get two other ones that I know I have, and so I'm gonna take, and you have to, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. So how did I put you here? Yes, this one and this one. So I have the pink, a red one, and a black one. Hopla. So I am going to think about how I'm going to do this. Because I want this to be glued on this one. So I'm going to do that. glue. Am I making any sense to you? Let me see. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So I want these to be glued on these tags. Or do I want them to flip? Maybe I do want them to flip. Maybe it would make more sense for them to flip. Let's them make them flip. Okay, I'm going to take some washi tape. I'm going to put some glue. Actually, I'm going to put some glue on my tape, on my tag, maybe. So half on my tag, like this. And then I'm going to put glue on this side. This is relatively cheap washi tape, so I just want to make sure it will stay in place. And I'm gonna glue you here. Like this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but not with the same washi tape. What am I going to use? No, it's not a horse. It's June. She's sleeping. Oh, sweetie. You're having a nightmare. Okay, that was a bit too big. Not to worry. Let's take a wet wipe and just remove the excessive glue. I'm going to put glue on the other side as we did for the first one. Okay. So it means that these ones, the bottom ones, I'm going to attach here. And shh, Sam, you dreamt. You just, shh, ça suffit. Yeah. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, not at all what I wanted to do. Not at all. my finger. I need scissors. I need fabric scissors. Oops, there goes my ruler. Let me get it. Hopla. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So that's one side. And I'm going to take another piece for the other side. There you go. So we are going to do the same with the other one. Let's change fabric tape. We have either black or red. Nee, come on. So are we having black? I think we're having black. We can start with any side that we want. So this is how I'm going to do it. There's still a bit of tape on this. I'm going to leave it. Because why not? And I'm going to take another bit. And I'm going to put it on the other side. There we go. Okay, so I think the idea was to have these two together like this. So that's what I'm going to do. Tape, tape, tape. Should we stay with the black or should we try the red? Come on, let's try the red. Let's be daring. Pretty sure we'll use the black again. So we need a bigger piece. This. And I need to leave just the slightest gap between my tags so that you can fold them easier. Come on. There we go. Let's do the same on the back. And I will alternate the fabric tape. This. So we have two. Now I think I'm going to have this tied like this. Like here. Yes. So, let me think. So I said like this. So we need to put them like this. Again, leave it a bit of a gap between my tags. So let's go for the red one again. Like this. So we are going back like this. I'm going to turn it round to put again some fabric tape on the back. I'm using ready-made fabric tape, but you can make your own just with a double-sided tape and bits of fabric. Works absolutely fine. So then it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Okay, let's see that again. I am off. Let me see. Let me see. What didn't work? Obviously something. If I do it the other way around, if I put you here, then I'm fine. This is what I'm going to do. You see, no panic. No need to panic. So, okay. So I am going to take another piece of fabric lace, not lace, tape. Okay. Again, leaving a small gap. There we are. And I am going to do the same here. out with a less big piece of fabric. Come on. Yes. Like this. Okay. So let's fold you back. Yes. And this one. Yes. Although this one I had said I wanted down, I think. Well, I'll put it down on the other side then. Okay, and I have this coming out. And there, maybe we can stamp something. Just going to make it straight. Straighter, let's put it that way. Okay, so this is the back. All right, I'm going to do exactly the same with the front, which doesn't mean that I will fold it the same way, but I'm going to use my fabric to put everything together. So I'll be back in a second. So both of my covers are ready. I just need to bind them together. So now I get to choose. If need be, you can always put glue under your fabric. Technically it should hold, so we'll see. Maybe I'll add a bit of fabric later. I might need some fabric lace, but tape, but something wider. So let me see what I have here. I have this piece. Oh, the dogs are a pain. Let me just... Sammy. So I'm going to cut it here. Okay, so this is one I had made. As I told you, just with double-sided tape and a piece of fabric that I liked. And so I'm first going to put it on this side, like this, and then on this side. So please do not tremble that much, Sophie. I'm gonna do it, still leaving a piece of blank space. Why is it so far? Well, it is what it is. Okay. And what I now need to do is actually put a little piece of fabric here, just so that this doesn't glue the wrong things. So let me just cut a little piece of tape. And I'm just going to cover. No, it needs to be under. Like this. And I'm just going to cut the bits I don't need that are here. We can hear the puppies running upstairs. Come on, little piece. Do not resist. Okay. So what do we have left to do? Decorating, haha, which is fun. In terms of closure, I will just put something wrapped around it. I don't want to make any holes. It would be far too complicated now. And it would have been complicated anyway because of other sorts of folds. Okay, so decorating. I'm going to do some decorating with you, and then I'll do the rest off camera, because otherwise we'll have to make another 2 hours video, which is not what we want. First things first, where is my... So that is the piece where I need to stamp. It is this one. Let me see how I can put it like this. Ah, you are going to annoy me. If need be, I'll put another piece. So I need to find a stamp wide enough to put here. Let me look for it. So I've chosen a measuring tape, and I only found my black StazOn, so that's what it's going to be. Just need to make sure there's enough ink, otherwise it will not come out. Okay, so there we go. Gonna put it in sort of the middle. Oh, it smells of almond. I love that. Good. Not bad, Sophie. And put that away. So that now, when it's closed, we can see the measuring tape. All right, I'm going to look in my stash for something to put on the front. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put something on the back or not, but let me look. I was going to go with something quite crunchy, and in the end, look at what I found, a bird. So I think that is going to be my cover. I'm probably going to add some labels, but I think I want this little fellow on the front. So let me ink it. Maybe. Okay, so some glue. There we go. And now I need to position it where I want it, which is somewhere there. Oh, I like it. I do like it. Labels. Where did I put my label box? Somewhere. So I found 2 labels. That I like and I think would be lovely on my cover. And so I'm going to put it here. Okay, I'm going to put ink and glue on this one as well. There you go. If you need more glue, I will give you more glue. And if you prefer, we'll go with art glitter glue. Okay, so this is our front. Lovely. Let's make the back. In my box, I have mushrooms that are too big. Mushrooms that do not fit. And let me see. Ooh, far too big. What else do we have? We have flowers. Do we have anything with red, green, and blue, or one of the latter? Fish, fish, fish. No. Actually, this, I can remove that part. I can do this. So this I think I like. Just checking. We have another option that I do like. No, I think this is going to be the one. So let me put all of this back. And away. So I am going to do that. First of all, I'm going to ink it. Okay, do we have the need for a label? Let me see how I want to put it. Like this. Maybe on the bottom. And if so, maybe something green. Just going to look for another option, just in case. No, I don't know. No. No, no, no. Not much green there. Yellow. Let's see, what options do we have? I don't want a washy one. Okay. We don't have that many options, but that's quite all right. Yeah, it's going to be that one, I think. How am I going to put you? Like this. Okay, let me glue my flower first. I'm going to ink. No, because that's not the one. This is the one. There we go. And I need something up there. So I have some Tim Holtz tape left, as I still can't print Margaret's one. I'm going to use this one. Come on, come on. Yeah. There we go. And I think that's enough. Okay. So what do we need to do now? We need to decorate inside. So I'm going to go with flowers, animals, mushrooms, this sort of thing. I can't speak anymore. And I think I need to cut this one a little bit. Yeah, I do. So I'm just going to do that now. I've also taken out the curator labels thingies, which at the moment I can't order anywhere except on Amazon, but they want 21 euros for it. And I'm certainly not going to pay that amount, because they're normally like almost 6 euros, I think, not more. So we're going to go for something very simple, mainly because I don't have that much time. I might even do the part of the decorating off camera. And then we'll do a quick flip through. Glue my fingers, yes. Okay, can we find a small, sorry, label? I think this one. Let me put that a bit. And I'm not doing anything on the back sides of the tags. I'm leaving them as is, because again, with a white gel pen, you can journal on them. Okay. Maybe another thin one on the top, or not. Do we have a smaller one? We do. Okay. Hop là. Et bien alors. There. There's more ink on my fingers than on the label. There we go. Okay. So this one. So we want something vertical. Not easy. Maybe a mushroom then. Unless... No. No. Maybe a mushroom. And I have plenty of them. But one is enough. I can't remember where I put the birds that I did fussy cut. No clue. I need to think about it, but I also will do without them then. Something and something maybe here. Yes, do we want anything else? Like maybe no, I would like to have cheesecloth, but I don't know. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me get a piece. Too big. We can do something like that. So I'm just going to cut it a bit shorter. Like this. And I think I'm going to swap out glitter glue if it is willing to work with me. So I'm not quite at the end of the bottle, but not far. And it is the time that I don't like because it is harder to get the glue out. Okay. So there we are. I'm just going to close. Very hard. There you go. A little mushroom. So I'm going to add it here. Like this. I'm still going to have my labels. Maybe I should take some postal stamps as well. Too high, too high, too high, like this. Wet wipe, there. Okay. Here. Nope, too big. Lots of mushroom, but I would want some animals. I do have a moth, but it's too big. More mushroom. Oh, this one is really nice. I really like this one. So that's what it's going to be. The noise you're hearing is my daughter who's fighting with the dog for the space on the couch. And the dog is winning. Okay. Ah, my fingers. So here. Do I need to add anything? I don't think so, because it's very colorful already. Okay, so now we have these ones. Okay. Which are sort of upside down, but that doesn't really matter. I just need to find something smaller, like this. And something to put at the bottom. Sorry. Okay. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing actually. You know what? I'll do this afterwards on my own, the lower parts, because it's a bit hard to put them in frame. Okay, so that makes us doing this one. Look at these wonderful frogs. They're actually meant to be like this, so they're a tad too big. And that's a shame. But too small. Too small. The tag is too small. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Let me just see. No, maybe I'll just stamp a butterfly next above it actually, and then put some label at the bottom. Let's see, do we have anything here? You know, it's still a Sophie thing, so eclectic it needs to be. Right. Well, I think we're done. Yep, I think that's enough. So I will ink my label, which is the first thing I'm going to glue down. There. That's a fussy cut from a postcard. Yeah, did put too much glue, didn't I? Of course you did. You wouldn't be Sophie otherwise. True. So our little animal. There we go. Very cute. And now this one. Yep, I need to remove the white bit. It is, but it needs a bit of something. Oopla. maybe let me just get a couple out, because we might even use them for other pages. Okay, a couple more. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the side. Ooh. I was going to come quicker to my desk than my chair. That would have been funny. And another trip to the hospital. Wouldn't that be fun? I think I want to do this. And some sort of this, and then add something at the bottom maybe. So let me ink this one. Maybe I'll put it a bit lower. I think I put it in the exact same place, didn't I? Almost. Okay. This is how I want this one. Okay. And then the castor. All right. There we go. Maybe just a piece of tape. It's the only pack I have left. Okay, how am I going to do that? I put it here, and I want one on the top as well, but I don't want it too big. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let me look where we are time. I have finished the little booklet because of time constraint. So I've made a closure with it's a faux leather thingy and with a bow. Then we can have a look at it together. So this is the front cover. When you open it, you find your little tags. So some are like this, some are like this. This is all writing space. Then we can close it and move to the other side, which is like this. And this folds down like this. Up, up. So again, animals. This one folds like this. And then like this. And then like this. Here we have a lovely insect. Have I done something? Yes, I knew. So you can open it like this, put it back, and then you've reached the end of the booklet. So that was all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this making of a little, how should we call it, tab folio, I guess. I found it very nice, very pleasant to make, and I love the results. So I should be back on Saturday. In the meantime, I wish you a happy end of the week. Take care of yourselves and see you then. Bye-bye.